So I just hit on my first girl ever today, bro. I've never tried this cold approach shit before. This was my first time I've ever approached a girl in my entire life. And let me tell you, bro, it was one of the greatest and saddest experiences I've had in the past 10 years. In the past decade, I've never had something like it. You wanna know the reason why? It is so scary. You get so nervous, bro. Your palms are all sweaty. You feel scared, you feel in your shell, you feel timid. You don't want to go up to her. But you fucking command your legs to go anyway. Because if you don't, you're a fucking pussy. And the thing that helped me with this was, I saw a hot girl, right? I was with my friend. She was sitting with a friend as well, so we did the double approach basically, where he approached one girl and I approached the other one, whom I found hot. Russian, smoking hot. She was actually Kazakh, but she looked Russian. Anyway, what helped me with that is having the friend with me, but also another thing that helped me a lot with actually approaching her is the fact that I have become a man of my word now. And a lot of people, think they're men of their words, and that a man's word is his bond and whatever. No, you're not. You're fucking not. I know you're on self-improvement, but it doesn't matter. You're still not a man of your word, because you say things to yourself, you think things, but you don't want to admit them, and you don't want to do them, because you're either too lazy, too scared, or too arrogant. And either way, you have no excuse. You have no excuse as a man, because one of the people competing against you in this race of men is beating your ass. He's literally clapping your cheeks in bed like this, like this. This is what he's doing to your cheeks right now. He's beating your ass. Why? Because he's a man of his fucking word. Because he isn't afraid to do what he's afraid to do. I know that might not make sense, but you basically have to feel the fear. And Aikido it. And go anyway. Just command your legs to walk. Command your legs to walk. Command your legs to walk. Have a friend with you to help you. Say you're going to do something and then fucking do it like a man. Stop being a fucking pussy, retard. Stop being a fucking pussy. Command your legs to do it and do it. You do it. You do not ever break your word as a man. Again, from this point forward, you do not ever, ever, never break your word as a man. And I tried with something simple, like I first started this not breaking my word thing a couple of days ago, right? And I said to myself, I will do 500 push-ups today, no matter what. And I was at university, so I spent like my whole day there. I couldn't do any push-ups there. But I went back home with my next day also full of university schedule, waking up from 6 a.m. And I did push-ups all fucking night long like a man. I still slept. I still had a good night's sleep. It was difficult, the push-ups, but it wasn't that hard because I did them in sets of 25 reps. But I fucking did it, and that's what fucking matters. You have broken your word hundreds of times on the self-improvement journey. You think you're on self-improvement, right? You think you're masculine, you think you're all that. You're really not if you're breaking your word every time. You're really not. And how can you actually be confident or brave if you keep breaking your own word? You don't even trust yourself. How are you going to trust others? How are you going to believe in yourself? How are you going to believe in yourself enough to approach that girl? How are you going to believe in yourself enough to get that business? To capitalize on the business opportunity? To get the best physique possible? Look at this shit. How are you gonna capitalize on that when you cannot even believe in your own damn self? You have to fucking be a man of your word. You have to. You have to. You cannot ever break your word as a man from now on. Never. And that is the core essence of masculinity. That is the core essence of testosterone. If you want to know how to increase your testosterone, this is one of the greatest ways to do it without doing anything immoral or weird. This is how you do it. And then the next day, I prayed 10. I basically did 10 pages in one prayer. You know, it's Ramadan and stuff. And I said I was gonna do it, and I did it, like always. And on the third day of, you know, doing whatever I say I'm going to do, and actually trusting myself and believing in myself and following my word through, all the way through, I approached that girl. I planned to approach her. I knew I was gonna do it. I was with my friend. I was like literally rehearsing it in my mind for 30 minutes before I approached her. At least 30 minutes. I was like at the food court. She was sitting right there at the table with 2 chairs with her friend. She was just eating KFC or some bullshit fast food meal. I saw her like, you know, I walked past the area. She looked at me a couple of times over. So I said like, I cannot be a pussy. I have to do this. I will not like how I feel when I get in bed tonight if I haven't approached her. And I know this is my first time trying it, but I have to do it. Regardless of the outcome, regardless of whether I can't speak any words or whether I stutter or whatever the fuck happens, right? Outcome independence. You have to have outcome independence. And just walk up to her, man. Just walk up to her. This is your first time. Of course you're not gonna be fucking good. You have to practice. Just like anything else, you have to practice. So you might as well start practicing now. Start fucking practicing now and go up to her, approach her, be a man of your word, follow all the way through, even if it turns out trash, like it turned out today for me, by the way. I didn't get rejected, but I got, I gave her my Instagram and she never texted me, basically. I asked for the number, then she said Instagram. I sadly accepted it, which was a mistake. Never accept the, you know, the Instagram or whatever she gives you if you ask for the number. Never accept the second prize. Always accept the first prize, because like always be mindful of that. Have these boundaries regardless. You know, just say you don't have Instagram, you don't use it. But that's the thing. I kept rehearsing this in my mind, this whole situation. I didn't want to do it. I was with my friend. I couldn't show him that I'm a fucking pussy. So I had to not only prove it to myself that I'm not a coward, but I had to prove it to him as well. And we just went up to them like men. And we did what we did. You know, his girl liked him more than my girl, which is fine. But I felt so much more confident after that approach. You can't even understand, bro. I felt infinitely more confident after that approach. Like I can literally now approach any woman. That's at least what I feel. Obviously, I'm gonna gain more and more and more confidence and experience with every approach I do. But the difference between the first approach and the second approach is immense, bro. And I already can tell, even though I haven't done the second approach yet. I already can tell. Like now, I don't find it weird at all to go up to a girl and say that you like her and say that she's beautiful and, you know, get her number. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? As a fucking man, you're supposed to speak to the fellow human being. You're supposed to speak to the opposite gender. You're supposed to mate and have kids and fuck. You're supposed to have sex as a man. So you might as well do as your instincts say. Of course, respectfully and morally and all that. But you should follow through. Alright? Peace out, bro. Do it. And stick to your word.